looks up to. Swashbuckling, very large ego, you will overwhelm you.
Parker immediately gave the cops an interesting tidbit of information in Paul. It turned out Paul wasn't the first married man she'd been obsessed with. She had hired him to trail one of her married lovers in New Jersey. And that was all Parker would say. It would have to be the end of the interview. Except the cops had something on the PI.
We received information that Vinnie Parker was in possession of a 25 caliber jet fighter and wasn't registered.
Which had just happened to be the type of gun used to kill Betty Jean Solomon. It took a promise of immunity, but Vinnie finally spilled his story. Yes, he'd had a 25 caliber automatic, but he didn't have it anymore. He had given it to someone. Carolyn Warmus.
She went to him and said she wanted a gun for protection.
And that wasn't all. A machinist friend of Vinnie's in Brooklyn had made her a silencer for it.
We did some search warrants, and we came up with George Peters, and that he did make this silencer at Vinnie Parker's behest.
Cops were never able to find the gun, but Peters told the cops he'd test-fired it with the silencer in place. And at the machine shop, buried in sawdust and metal shavings, they found shell casings that perfectly matched those from the murder scene.
So here we got the shell casings from a gun that we could put in Vinnie Parker's hand, we'll in turn put in Carolyn Warmus's hands.
And there was another of Carolyn's phone calls that fit into the puzzle. This one was to a gun dealer in New Jersey the afternoon of the murder. When detectives visited the shop, the clerk remembered a blonde buying 25 caliber bullets.
A female fitting Carolyn Warmus's description was out there. Buys his ammunition with a phony ID.
When they traced the ID to a woman who had worked with Carolyn 2 summers before, they decided to go for an indictment. On February 2nd, 1990, Carolyn Warmus was charged with the murder of Betty Jean Solomon. Bail was set at $250,000. Her daddy, of course, paid it. Prosecutors were confident they had enough evidence to convict Carolyn Warmus even without the murder weapon or any witnesses. But convicting the millionaire heiress of murder would be far from easy, and a missing piece of evidence would make all the difference.
Tuesday. It's the must-see special episode of Baggage's Club. Your chance to see so hot for TV footage. Too wild for the show.